Live Network, presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacy Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and VeraBank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. And now, along with producer and color analyst Jacoby Cabot, here's the voice of the Stony Point Tigers, Tyler Ulsis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of high school football here in the great state of Texas. Tyler Ulsis and Jacoby Cabot along with you on this Friday night lights edition of football. We got about a minute left. We got the coin toss going out at the middle. We've got a couple of great teams here in Stony Point and Round Rock, both with just one win on the district and both against Manor. Both coming off of losses last week as well. Westwood coming off a 42-7 loss against Round Rock, and Stony Point losing 49-29 against Hutto. Second to last game for Stony Point. They are 3-5 overall, and Jacoby, they've got a tall task ahead of them, trying to find some sort of spark here at the end of the season.
Yeah, like you stated, and this is the perfect time to make that spark happen. You got to win games. You got to come disciplined. And just, you got to play. You can't be having games, and we keep saying it over and over, but you just can't keep having those type of games. You want to end this season off good. It starts with winning tonight.
And it's going to be affected by the wind. If you can hear in our crowd mics, we look to the left, just right outside the window here at Dragon Stadium, and the flags to our left are blowing straight left, right to left on your screen, and there is no give at all. They are straight all vertical, I guess being like blown taut out, and it is noticeable, kind of getting worse. We're having storms in the area, but hopefully those stay away for the time being. It's expected to hit around midnight or later, so hopefully that stays true and we can have a good game here. National Anthem's going to start here. We have Stony Point in their all whites and Westwood in the burnt orange tops and white bottoms coming out for the coin toss. They've had a couple of pregame ceremonies with the senior night for Westwood, who is sitting on the home side at Dragon Stadium here. And Westwood on the opposing side. Let's take a recap of last week's game. Again, Stony Point lost 49-29 against Hutto. That game was 35-7 at half. It was 21-7 with a couple minutes left to go in the second quarter before a pick six and touchdown by the Hippos made it 35-7. Some stats for that game. Troyer finished 9 for 17 for 91 yards and his first interception on the season after going 9 touchdowns without one. Calbus finished 11 for 11 in relief in that fourth quarter with 134 yards and 3 touchdowns. Made the game just a 20-point deficit. Run game was tough to get going. They were going to have to get it going tonight with the wind possibly affecting the passing game. 31 carries for 89 yards. Saw the return of Aiden Lloyden with 9 carries, only 15 yards, but did have the touchdown. Receiving was evenly spread between Aurora Day, Rhymes, and James, neither eclipsing over 70 yards. Aurora Day the highest at 66 yards on 5 catches and 2 touchdowns. Rhymes held below 100 yards just for the third time this season, as he tallies 3 catches for 34 yards. As it is Military Appreciation Night, we've got a couple representatives from the military on both sides. couple stats for the Warriors as they lost 42-7 against Round Rock. Their quarterback Cooper Waits averaging 155 yards in the air and only had 5 for 14, 70 yards and a touchdown. And as a team, 20 carries for 28 yards. It was tough sledding against the Dragons, and that's not going to get you many points on the board. Wade Allen, their running back, is kind of the workhorse back there. 20 carries a game for 132 yards and 9 touchdowns. Wide receiver Drew Norrell, leading receiver, 33 catches, 487 yards, and 6 touchdowns. We'll step aside for the presentation of the colors, and we'll keep it right here for the national anthem. Great rendition of the national anthem there, performed by the Westwood Band. Again, they are the home team for tonight's contest. And it looks like they will come out to kick off into the wind. Again, wind going right to left on your screen at probably 20 plus miles an hour, and it's not expected to quiet down anytime throughout tonight's contest, and hopefully we keep the storms away until about 9:30, 10 o'clock at least. Right now, 83 degrees at kickoff Thunderstorm possible after 10 p.m. Gusty winds and small hail possible as well. This one getting underway, taken by the up man Sean Bradley. He's going to try the left side, taken at the 20, now past the 30, and a solid return by the up man. And Jacoby, we'll see what this Stony Point offense can do. After putting up 29 points last week, they've eclipsed that 28-point kind of threshold, which is their season average for the last few games, but they got to get started early.
Yeah, there you go. And just like the Maynard game, I mean, both of these teams are going to be coming out with fire. So you got to see who's going to simmer it down first and who's going to be the flashing pot today. And hopefully it's the Stony Point offense. We know how explosive they can be.
Yeah, do they go to the passing game or do they keep it on the ground? Looks like they're going to go to the air right away. Troyer firing into that wind. That's a solid pass, gain of about 8 there. We'll take 8 yards on first down every time. Going with a little bit of tempo here. Aurora Day was on the near side, now switches. Both sets of receivers switch to the back, or switch sides, and Aiden Lloyden will line up behind Troyer. 2nd and 2 from the 41. Oliver James in motion. Lloyden. That's blown up in the backfield. Well, a couple Warriors defensive linemen in there right at the point of attack. Early third down here for the Warriors inside 11 minutes. Again, wanted to get a fast start here. Trips to the near side. Lloyden with the neon green shoes in the backfield. James goes in motion. Sweep to Lloyden. He cuts inside. Has the first down and more. Past the 45. And ball comes out. The flags come out as well. We'll see who the ball goes to. It will be Warriors ball. And it's going to be a holding on Stony Point. So, boy, will look to be a great first down run. Turns out in disaster. Turnover to the Warriors.
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, that juke move that he did was just a thing of beauty, but got to hold on to the ball, and you got to stay disciplined, especially early games when you know that both teams are going to be on fire.
So that gives the Warriors just 55 yards. This has kind of been the tail of the tape, really. If they've been given short fields to work with, this defense has had trouble as of late stopping them. We'll see if they're up to the task now. Here's the run up the middle. Boy, dragging a defender a couple yards. Is Allen. It's a 6-yard carry right there, and we don't have official height and weight on Allen, but looks to kind of be the shorter, stockier kind of power back frame, and we saw it right there. This time play action. Waits, fires downfield, and just over the head of his intended target. Trying to find Charlie Fry, the 5'11 senior, and just overthrew him. So now a third down for the Warriors. Waits. Well, hand it off to Allen. He lowers his shoulder. I think he's going to be about a half yard short. We'll see where this near side judge decides to spot him, and he does point forward for first down. Gotta say, right at the first down marker. And yeah, by the way, they spotted just the nose of the football. Had to get to the 44-yard line. They just did by about half a football. Coming to the line quickly. Waits. Will hand off to Allen. Finds a hole. Stiff arms a man and trucks over him. for a gain of about 17. Another first down.
And we can see what kind of running back this is. I mean, he's not afraid of contact. It looks like he's just looking for it. And you keep giving up 6 yards, that's not going to end well.
Yeah, just body blows kind of right up the middle, and they go to him again. Take 3, and he's found a hole. He's got one man to beat, and the turf monster gets him down at the 10. Boy, not a man within a couple yards of him, and just kind of fell down.
Yeah, and I mean, turf monster, like you said. And it doesn't look like he's the fastest, but boy, does he got some good movement running back just to find that hole right there.
Run now, cutting it upfield as that one took time to develop. But once it did, he's able to get it inside the 5, gain of 6. And aside from the incomplete pass, it has been the Wade Allen show in this first drive. 2nd and goal. Officially, they mark him up about the 4.5-yard line. Touchdown, Warriors.
Very patient runner right there. I mean, we saw him do it all nice and slow. But then if he needs to bring that little pop to it, he's not scared of that contact. And we know this team struggles with the run defense.
And not too hard to figure out how many yards he got on that drive. He had all of them. 55 yards on the drive for Allen. Point after attempt is with the wind and up and good by Josh Jack. 7-0 Warriors, 8:28 to go in this first quarter. We'll step aside and come back to Dragon Stadium after a quick break.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
They're naming the offensive line as well as they should from the PA announcer. Not sure if there are any seniors, but it is the Warrior senior night, so tip of the cap from the Warrior fans to them, and extra tip of the cap to the offensive line. This one with the wind through the hands of the receiver at the 5-yard line, able to cut up field and taken down at about the 11.
And it's going to be a long drive for this offense. I mean, they got to pick it up, though. Got to have momentum. Got to hold on to that ball. And, I mean, I will go to the air. We've seen a lot of promises through the air. Why not keep going at it?
Yeah, the short game is definitely going to be your friend going into the win here in the first quarter. So we'll see if they continue to kind of go that direction. Troyer's going to hand it off to Lloyden. See, I like that. Having some confidence in your running back. You just made a turnover, give him the ball first time around, and let him gain that confidence back.
There you go. I mean, it boosts his morale, like you said, gives him confidence again. And I know you just go to the sideline and say, let that be the last one. I don't want to see it on the ground again.
Exactly, yeah. And they do have Abercrombie. Saw a couple other running backs, Zephyr as well. But no doubt Lloyden is going to be the man they want. Play action here to him. Troyer's got to get rid of it quickly. Fires to no one in particular, nearly incomplete. Warrior fans wanting intentional grounding. Coaches signaling for it as well. I don't think he was out of the tackle box. Did get past the line of scrimmage, though, but I don't know if there was an intended target in the area. Closest man to it was a Warrior defender. It's still a conversation, and boy, no flag there. I think the Tigers got away with one there. Just kind of thrown up for grabs. Troyer with Lloyden to his left. Trips up top. 3rd and long. 7 back to pass. Has a better pocket. Fires downfield and finds a seam. Is James. Ball comes out again. I think this one was recovered, though, by Lloyden, who was right there in his route. West Point coaches signaling incomplete pass, and I got to say, that one, I don't disagree with them there either. James came down with it, but he didn't even have a chance to turn up field before the ball came out.
It looks like the rest are just letting them play, but you definitely got some coaches heated early on going.
I know we're for the Stony Point crew, but that is a couple of calls that I think should have gone Westwood's way. But either way, you play the hand you're dealt. 1st and 10. Setting up the screen to Lloyden. Has some blocks. Nice spin move. Has an open field at the 50, the 40, the 30, and pushed out of bounds at the 25. Fantastic run after the catch by Aiden Lloyden. Boy, did they miss that.
There you go. And I mean, change of events, like you just said. Play the hand that you're dealt. The screens worked so well. They only had one blocker, and we saw how he made him miss, broke a tackle, and then he turned up.
Saw the speed there, and yeah, the agility just on full display there.
And it's to tell if both running, but we got one running back that's slow, patient, and a hard hitter, and you got this running back right here who's just so shifty and so fast.
Man in motion, and it's going to be Troyer up the middle. Breaks away from a couple before a gang of Warriors take him down, holding onto the ball with both hands, and a loss of 2 there. It's actually Kenneth Calbus who came in for that play.
Know how dangerous he can be with his legs. Pretty sure he got scouted very well after that game.
Yeah, we saw a lot of his feet kind of in the last 3 or 4 games, just down inside the 5, inside the red zone area mostly, but the game against Hutto did have a couple of them near midfield and broke off a couple. This is a timeout by Westwood, their first of the half. 6:04 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside with the Warriors leading 7-0.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, and maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Back here to start this, or continue this drive, 2nd and 12. Coach Derek Ward just having a conversation with a couple officials on this Westwood sideline after a couple of interesting calls. That one falling incomplete at the feet of Oliver James. Troyer was hounded in the backfield by Avery Hilton. So 3rd and long. And we see the return of Marcus Milligan in the backfield after being out last game. We'll see if they go to him here. Man in motion. Milligan out of the flat is trying for that first down and is going to be out of bounds just about a yard and a half short. And no hesitation. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Lloyden will come in for Milligan.
It's good to see Milligan again. That run right there or a pass and then lowered his shoulder down. Looked pretty healthy.
Yeah, definitely the more physical back, like you were stating earlier. Lloyden, the more shifty of the backs, who's in now next to Troyer. Milligan getting those extra yards the hard way. Going outside, Lloyden will bounce it outside, breaks the ankle tackle, and picks up the first down. Out inside the 15-yard line.
And that's all you need. Move the sticks, get a first down, and keep the ball going.
And this drive started back at the 10-yard line. And now we're at the 14-yard line of Westwood.
And I'll keep that screenplay in the back of their pockets just in case.
Absolutely.
Definitely a game changer.
Troyer looking left, now stepping up into the pocket, and he's gobbled up, taken down. Down at the 19, it's going to be 2nd and 15. We tried to step up there, and we've seen him do that so many times and break through it and try to use his feet, but just unable to do so there.
Yeah, and like you said, we've seen him do it all season long. I'm pretty sure he feels rattled a little bit. Sometimes it just gets away from you, though.
Split backs now, 2nd and 15 from the 19. James in motion to the right. Troyer looking right, feels the heat, and throws it away to no one in particular. Ward and the other assistant coaches are out by the numbers, screaming for intentional grounding, and again, not a receiver inside the zip code, and there comes the flag. Troyer just trying to get it out of bounds and could not. No receiver in the area. They were all to the right side. So not only that, I don't know if they were going to go for field goals. Again, with the wind whipping the way it is, it's now looking like it's getting worse as kind of the strings on the flagpoles are being stretched to their limits. Ball at the 28. Troyer, just a 3-man rush. Throws into the wind. That one winds up about 5 yards short. It was into double coverage anyway, but no one with eyes on the ball. It'll be 4th down and 24. Landon Boyd, the intended target. Actually, that was Alameda Aurora. So offense going to stay out there, and well, I don't know what the other option is. You're punting at the 28-yard line, just kind of punt it up, but even then you have a chance of it going backwards, and you're having a negative yard punt. Might as well just get as many yards as you can, honestly, and pin Westwood back. Play action to Lloyden. Troyer fires deep and tipped and caught. First down. Aiden Lloyden on the wheel route.
Boy, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, defender there tipped it, and he's still concentrating. Got the ball, but also made sure his feet was inbounds. I mean, that's concentration right there.
Inbounds and a first down at the 3-yard line. They have had so many options for things to go wrong. That pass was, again, a couple yards short, just kind of hung up in the air and tipped by the defender. And like you said, Lloyden with keeping his eyes on the ball.
I mean, he's making it happen.
Calbus lowers his shoulder, and he's in for the touchdown. Kenneth Calbus with his 6th touchdown on the ground and 10th overall. Some extra words being spoken at the goal line, but touchdown is the call for Stony Point. .353 to go in the first quarter. Tigers driving 90 yards and bailed out on a miracle tipped pass on 4th and 24.
And Lloyden, I mean, he made it happen this whole drive with the screen and the tip catch right there. So
Yeah,
props to him.
Last drive was the Wade Allen drive for Westwood. As that one up and good. Again, not a given going into this win, but saw the drive for Westwood. It was the Wade Allen drive. Now this one kind of the Aiden Lloyden drive.
Yep.
So, and they both cap it off with touchdowns. 7-7, 3:53 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break here in the first quarter.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
3:53 to go. Kicking into the wind is going to be Tyler White. We'll see if the ball even stays on the tee. And just a pooch kick, going to be fair caught at the 29-yard line. Again, wind gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour here at Dragon Stadium. Storms, just looking at it right now, not expected to enter the area until about 10 to 11, so hopefully that even staves off a couple, maybe a half hour or so. Hopefully no overtime game. Otherwise we might be here till tomorrow, because once they start, I don't know if they'll stop. Waits will hand off to Allen, who, again, finds a hole, but is stopped at that second level. Gain of about 3. I think I remember a rule back when I was doing a playoff baseball game. This was playoffs, so they couldn't stop the game and call it a tie or anything, but I think I heard one of the parents say that UIL rules do not allow games to go past midnight. So
we'll be out before midnight.
We'll be out before midnight. Whatever the game's going to be, including if it's a tie. Allen falling forward. Makes it third and manageable. But again, I was doing a playoff baseball game, so that one there was no midnight, I guess, relief. It was go until you're done, and we were done just before midnight, if I remember right. That was a game at Burger Field.
And man, like you just said, playoffs are a different breed. Teams play harder during playoffs. And then you got games like this where you got to play hard. I mean, each team wants a win. You just got to play hard. And you got to tell your defense, offense to lock in a little more.
Allen going right into the teeth. And, boy, a couple of Tigers stood him up there. We'll see if they give him the first down. He's right there, and that far side judge is going to point it forward, again, by about half a football. So this is the second to last football game for the Tigers. They could finish 5-5, 3-5 in district, and Westwood with 3 games remaining, they could finish 5-5 as well. Currently sitting at 1-4 in district play. Bouncing off tacklers. This is not Allen. This is .37 Jesus Vasquez, and makes it 2nd and 1, giving Allen a bit of reprieve before Allen returns now. Again, Cooper Waits has thrown 1 pass and it has been incomplete. They do have the wind, but I'm looking to throw here. Waits fires high and again just sails on him.
And boy, this defense is making them one-dimensional. When you know the quarterback's kind of off game, you know what you got to really pay attention to more.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing to make them one-dimensional with for Westwood, though, that one dimension has been pretty good for them so far. 3rd and 1 here, so you're having the ability to stop them. But, I mean, if you're Stony Point, those like 6-yard, 7-yard runs on first down especially, those are just body blows that can kind of let a first drive come naturally. And right there, Allen will pick up the first down and then some. Another 6-7-yard gain. Minute 25 as the ball is now at the 44-yard line of Stony Point.
And, I mean, he's just a patient runner. We see it before. He's so slow before he takes off. And when he does take off, like we said, he's going to lower his shoulder down. He's not looking to go around you. He's looking to try to go through you. So you got to tell your front linemen that they gotta break these holds and get to them.
Or at least just impede the path of these cutback lanes, just like that. Now he bounces it to the outside, stiff arms a man and drags him about 3 yards. Another strong run from Allen. It's going to be 2nd and short, inside a minute to go. And Allen, 55 yards on the first drive, all by himself, and has all but 9 yards on this drive. Again, averaging 20 carries, 132 yards, and over a touchdown a game. He's got 9 on the season, 10 including the one from tonight. And again, another first down.
And why is he a patient runner? Because these big hogs in front of him are just so good at what they're doing. I mean, yeah, sometimes you got to make cutback lanes, but he believes in his line. And when you believe in your line and your linemen know that they're that good, that's what you get. 6 yards, 7 yards, and then boom. If he's a little more explosive, touchdowns.
Yeah, just looking at kind of the size difference, the edge rushers are definitely more the speed category for Stony Point. Now going to the air, and this one well overthrown by about 5 to 10 yards. 0 for 3, and Waits is just not having any luck back there in the pocket. Can't figure out this wind. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 now. But again, it's kind of a size difference. You got the big guys up front for Stony Point, but really all across that front line, Westwood with a clear size advantage. And when you can get three yards of push and your running back can go 3 yards without contact, that's a good way to start any run.
Just like you said, anytime, every day, all day.
See what they go to again. Shocker, Allen, again, patient. Nice run there. Only gaining about 4 or 5 yards, though. So that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We'll flip the field. Stony Point will get the wind at their backs now, and Westwood will continue their drive at the 29-yard line when we return here to Dragon Stadium and on Vype Live.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here. Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
12 minutes on the clock. We were taking a look at the radar, and well, if you're a fan of either of these teams and you want to go to bed before midnight, do not look at the radar. A lot of red coming our way. Again, timing on it looks to be around 10 o'clock. We'll hopefully have this game completed by then, and hopefully Lightning stays away 10 miles or more. I think it's 10 miles or 8 miles, whatever the distance is. Hopefully we keep it far away. Third down, pass and run is short of the first down, and don't think we're going to see too many field goals tonight, no matter which way the wind is blowing. This is the second fourth down that's gone this direction, though, and Westwood going to go for it. Needing to get to the 21-yard line. Play action here. Waits and can't complete that one. Still looking to complete his first pass, and boy, Stony Point kind of gets away with one there. I thought they were going to go to the ground.
Yeah, and that probably would have been the more reasonable thing to do. I think they try to catch him off guard there, which for Stony Point, that's good. Keep trying to catch us off guard and do a pass.
So now we'll see if Troyer is actually, now I think that's Kenneth Calbus in at quarterback. We'll see if Stony Point chooses to take advantage of the wind. First play, Calbus up the middle. Good, solid run there. Gains about 6 yards. Had a first down run there, and making it halfway. About 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. I always had a coach in high school who would always, it was almost like reading a book, even if I was up in the stands in the marching band during my time, but whenever it was windy in South Dakota, it was windy a lot, so you would have to play with the wind. You would always be able to tell when he got the ball with the wind at his back, the first play would always be a shot towards the end zone. And Troyer looking for a man downfield, and he gets clobbered, and incomplete pass there, but was looking deep, and really just 50-50 ball, just throw it up there. Even if it's there or not, you just throw a 50-50 ball because your quarterback can throw it for like 70 yards with the wind at his back.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, when you do stuff like that, I mean, it keeps the defense on their heels too. They got to worry about a long, deep pass. They got to worry about the run. It's just very hard. So your coach was on to something there.
This is also where the punt records are set with 80, 90-yard bombs from high school kids, with about 40 or 50 yards being the roll afterwards. And Troyer fires downfield and hit as he's thrown. James, the intended target, that one incomplete. That was a couple yards short of James, but again, Troyer was hit, and he hasn't really had a clean pocket back there all night.
And that's just what kind of role he plays. He knows that, you know, he's going to have to make moves with his feet sometimes. And he's been doing it all season. So you got to definitely pull a little bit more magic out of his hat with this game, because it means a lot to both of these teams.
It's a lot tougher to pull off that magic, too, with the wind, formation movement, and a timeout for Stony Point. 10:25 to go. 4th and 4. They will look to punt or perhaps try something else, regrouping after the timeout here at Dragon Stadium.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
4th and 4. Punt team is going to stay out there for the Tigers, and we'll see where this one goes. Returner set up at his own 30. Aurora is going to get this one off from his own 20. This one taken right at the 32-yard line, and solid return there from the Warriors. Going to get it to about the 44-yard line. So about a 50-yard punt is returned about 15 yards for the Warriors. you were saying, Jacoby, during the break to just give the ball to the backs, and can't say I disagree with you. Both sides, I mean, aside from that screen play, I think Stony Point is going to be a little bit more comfortable in those short pass plays, including that screen play. But, yeah, I mean, if you're Westwood, I don't know why you would do anything else but run the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, until this defense can stop you, that's what you do. And hopefully that these coaches told them, like, look, we know what's going to happen. Just got to lock in a little more. You got to wrap him up, and you can't let him keep being patient. Got to beat your blocks.
Bad snap is going to be down. Boy, that could have been extremely dangerous for Westwood. That was not a good snap at all. I don't think it got off the ground.
Different QBs in, too, looks like.
I was going to say, I think that's number 16, Alex Smith. It is. So Cooper Waits is pulled after going 0 for 4. Again, another bad snap. This one handed off, but another loss of about 4. So bad snaps on back-to-back plays.
And it makes it hard for the centers. When one of your quarterbacks has a height advantage, you're used to that. You're used to getting it right in his chest. When you're trying to get it to someone lower, shorter, it's not going to pan out so well. If I was them, I'll put him under center and get him comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's an overcompensating, like you said, to kind of go a little bit lower. This is a shorter QB, but that's a little bit too low for him. Allen still in the backfield, 3rd and 23 after back-to-back bad snaps. That one a little bit better, getting into the chest and the handoff. Nets about 7. And it'll be 4th down. Quick 3 and out for Westwood.
Gotta love to see that for Stony Point. I mean, caught a big break right there. They can't get their snaps together, and it makes it hard for the running back when, he's such a patient runner. He knows he gotta come on. So I'm put a little pep to his step there.
And now is where field position becomes such a big factor. Kicking into the wind. Again, wind gusts of over 20 miles an hour. We'll see where this one goes. This one high into the air and stops at about the 50-yard line. Actually, just past the 50-yard line, is down at the 47. That's a 20-yard punt into the wind. So, fantastic field position for Stony Point with 8:14 to go in a tie ball game, and kind of getting bailed out by a couple bad snaps there. Now a chance to make some noise themselves. Gotta say, I haven't seen Tristan Rhymes, so I don't know if he is active this game. I do see him actually on the sidelines. Lloyden gonna follow his blockers. And tackled out of bounds after a gain of 5.
And that's what you want to see. I mean, you want to make it hard for this defense, run the ball, pick up a couple of yards, and eventually you're going to get a first down if you keep picking up the same yards.
Yeah, either running back picking up about 4 to 5 yards or more per carry. Lloyden doing a nice job just following blockers there. Again, seeing Rhymes, I see him with his helmet in his hand, but is not in the game. Lloyden gains a couple. And Rhymes last week, towards the end of the game, did kind of walk off gingerly.
And I think they're just trying to be patient. They don't want to rush him into things. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. But you want to make sure your players are going to be 100% when they step on this field.
We've also seen a few guys like Boyd and Zephyr come in along with Aurora. I mean, Aurora's no slouch himself with 5 touchdowns on the season. On the near side here, Troyer looking to the right, fires right, and quick out route to James is incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 3. And we'll see what they go with here. I think they're going to go punt formation. They will with the wind. Going to punt at the 45, so try to pin him down. And not really a returner back there for Westwood. Coach is actually telling them to get up towards the line. If you're Aurora Day, just don't have to put too much on this. A little chip shot will do. And he kicks this one high in the air. It's going to be carried by the wind. Gunners are down there. And a big hop. And it's going to be tipped back, but hits the out of bounds, or excuse me, the end zone line. Will be a touchback. Nice try there, but it's a little too much juice on it.
Yeah, like you said, nice try. And now defense back out there. And, I mean, they got to play. I mean, you can't think about last drive because they was having bad snaps. When this team is good with their snaps, they're still getting 5, 6, 7 yards a carry. They still got to lock in. They got a lot of work to do.
And we will go back to Cooper Waite. So not a change in centers, a change in quarterbacks. We'll see if that fixes the snap issues. 7-man box for the Tigers. And again, right there at the point of contact, but Allen just lowering his shoulder and gaining a yard or two extra. But again, that's a solid stop. I mean, they were getting 7 or 8 yards a carry. Now they're only getting 3. Inside 7 minutes to go in this second quarter.
It's better than 7 yards, I can tell you that. I mean, got to be happy right there, but you gotta keep letting that happen.
2 receivers up top again. Stony Point or Westwood, as well. I don't know if anyone was set on that. I think the offensive line was still standing up there when the ball was snapped. Either way, gain of 2. Third and 5. Again, this is a Westwood offense that has not completed a pass. 0 for 4 on the evening, and I think all but 9 yards have been to Wade Allen.
And like you said, yeah, all been to him. That's your power back.
Waits rolling right, or rolling left, fires left. There's the first pass completion. And I think they're going to mark him about a yard shy. Boy, I'm looking at the exposed shoulder pads of Jeremiah Barbie right now. That was a hold that went uncalled.
You see, he's keeping it there a little longer, trying to show the refs, like, look, man, I saw from the press box too. That was a hold right there.
And defensive ends don't necessarily fix their shoulder pads when they're pass rushing. 4th and short, and I can't say I disagree with them here. It's going to be a short field, but got to get a low line drive kick if you're Westwood. James set up at his 40-yard line, and a timeout for Westwood. Their second of the first half. 5:49 to go in the second. We'll step aside here on Vype Live.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, and thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett at Georgetown, but did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
4th and short, and that timeout just allowed them to rethink their strategy here. They're going to go for it. 4th and 1 from their own 29-yard line. There's the snap. Allen. He's going to lower his shoulder and pick up the necessary yards.
I mean, I think that's what you want to see. I mean, took a timeout, was probably like, you know what, give it to our back. He's going to make a first down.
And a different 4th down call than what we saw on the opposite end of the field in that first quarter.
Coach wisen up a little bit because, yeah, you got a running back like that.
1st and 10 from the 33. Play clock at 5. Allen in motion. And false start. This one's going to be stopped dead. So the first accepted penalty of the night, the first flag thrown, or rather, no, that's the second one. We had the intentional grounding.
Yep.
The first penalty that was thrown, that was on the fumble from Lloyden on the first drive for Stony Point, which was obviously declined by Westwood. So just the second penalty, first one for Westwood. Run up the middle. Gets them close to the original line of scrimmage, just a yard shy. Second and 11.
And like we mentioned before, when a team is almost one-dimensional, you got to play the sticks, but you can also cheat in just a little bit.
And definitely bringing the safeties up a little bit. And Waite's going to be the runner after the fake to Allen. Gains about 4. Solid tackling there. Allen was the blocker, but able to be taken down by the ankles. It's going to be 3rd and long here. So that 5-yard false start set him back. And they're trying not to let this be the drive killer, but Stony Point trying to bow up here, not allow them to even think about another 4th and short conversion.
And that's what you got to do. You got to be smart, but you got to know you can read this offense a little bit.
Rolling out to the right is Waits. This one fired and caught, but only a gain of 3, so this is going to be a 4th and about 5 from the 39.
I think you punt it here.
I was going to say, this is a lot more aggressive move if they do decide to go for it. The punt team is going to be out, though.
And we see those rollouts so much. I mean, get the back going out just for a swing pass or even a block sometimes if the quarterback wants to run. But, man, just no luck in the passing game at all.
No, stopped, so no yards after the catch. Play clock at 5. And they get the punt off. This one hangs in the air around the 40 and fair caught by James at the 37-yard line. Well, it hangs up there for a while and just stops kind of midair. 3:28 to go. Tigers will get the ball back. This has kind of been a stalemate since then. I think both teams scored on their first drive. Well, no, the Stony Point fumbled their first drive, and then after that it was Warriors score, then Stony Point answering. So nothing since then here in the second quarter with 3:28 left to go. Westwood will receive the second half kick. Calbus tripped up and falls forward for about a yard or 2.
Milligan not getting the ball too much here. Been mainly Lloyden.
Yeah, Milligan did not play last game, was out about halfway through that Maynard game. I did not see him go out that game, but just kind of stopped playing. I wasn't sure if it was because of the score, because he was injured. And Troyer fires high to Freeman. That one tipped and falls to the ground. 3rd and 9 now. So you can get one more play off. And as you can hear in the background, that's the Westwood band getting ready to perform. We'll turn the mic up to the crowd and we'll lay out during halftime. Let these bands perform. Troyer Firing deep into double coverage and nearly picked off. Trying to find Rhymes. It was Cannon Olafson. The junior safety had a beat on it and got two hands on it. Well, it falls to the ground, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Like you said, a stalemate. I mean, both defenses starting to warm up a little bit. If you're Stony Point, you got so many weapons. I mean, you can run the ball, you can pass the ball. You just got to start getting these connections, especially when your defense is bailing you out.
Arorde with the low line driving. Boy, this one blasted back. Is it going to hold up? It is at the 2-yard line. Batted back and taken down at the 3. Fantastic job by the Gunners.
Yeah, boy, they were moving.
The ball was moving too. I didn't know if it would stay in bounds, but it was Jaden Gamble, the first to touch it and knock it back. It'll be officially marked at the 4-yard line.
And you got to like the position you in. I mean, if you're Stony Point and you hold up this team and they're just going to keep running it, the clock's going to go down and you just go into halftime or you get a big stop. You know that the pass game's not working too much. You don't want to totally, deny or forget about the pass game, but you know what this offense is pretty much about.
Yeah, so just avoid the big plays, avoid the big cutback lanes. Westwood only with 1 timeout, Stony Point with 2, so another quick 3 and out. Stony Point could make a case to score before half. First and 10 from the 4-yard line. Just trying to get referees into place. A couple conversations being had on the far sideline. Now with Stripes in position, we will get this one underway. 2:29 to go. Waits will set up in the end zone. Will fake it to Allen and fall forward for a gain of 2. And I think that'll take us down to the 2-minute timeout. Westwood just looking content to wind down the clock. So we'll step aside as well. You're watching high school football here on Vype Live.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
Second and 7 after the 2-minute timeout here on Dragon Stadium, and the ball is bobbled and just thrown up for grabs. The receiver's in the area, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to be taken down about the 30-yard line, and an excessive hit there is going to come out and draw the flag. Boy, not what you want. That was a broken play from the start, from the snap.
And boy, right there, cornerback didn't play discipline. was too busy. Like, oh, we got the quarterback. No, you gotta stay disciplined, especially if you're a cornerback. That these receivers, they're so sneaky, and you also got to play discipline when you're out of bounds. Just let them go. Don't try to bring them down. No points to prove.
Exactly. That was kind of the prayer ball up to Colton Patton, who made the catch. So you go from the 8-yard line to the 44. And you burn 6 seconds off. So I wonder if that changes the mindset of this Warrior coaching staff. We'll see. Another bad snap. This one taken down, and well, his knee was down. I was going to say the whistle is now blown. His knee was down, and he was picking up the ball.
Not the pros. Once you're down, you're down.
And again, it was Colton Patton who made the catch, and now this is Colton Patton, the quarterback. He's listed as running back and quarterback. This is Colton Patton, the quarterback, who, again, that's, I think 3 out of 4 snaps have been bad and been out about his shoelaces. And the clock's going to continue to run there, so that might have just killed all their momentum.
Put him under center. Yep, there you go. Oh, well.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've seen when was the last time you saw a quarterback under center in high school nowadays? They get
That's rare.
They get it there, and well, a flag comes out against Pena. That was
disciplined DB job right there. I mean,
yeah, that was a we disagree on that one,
yeah.
Mr. Official.
I just feel like if you're gonna play that game, you got to do it both ways. Can't just do it for one team.
Yeah, Pena had a hand in there. The ball was approaching there, and gotta say, not a whole lot of contact, but another free 15. So we'll see how this affects play calling. Are they going to decline the penalty? They should move the ball forward 15 yards unless they declined it. And no official is going to move the ball forward. So am I missing something there? Is that a spot of the foul?
That was a spot of the foul.
Okay.
I'm confused just as much as you.
And now we're all jumbled up over here. We're trying to get reset play clock, and they started the play clock with 25, and we had a whole lot of standing around. No one really knowing what was going on, including up here.
Wave the flag.
We'll wave the flag off and reset the play clock. Again, 65 seconds left. Warriors with just one timeout. And 61 yards to go. And a field goal is almost too difficult at this point, going straight into the wind. There's a snap, and the ball up to Allen is incomplete. Or that was not Allen, that was Drew Norrell. Just mixing up quarterbacks again. This is just a different look. My apologies, this was actually Alex Smith. I was looking at the wrong roster. This is Alex Smith. Colton Patton is for Stony Point. This is Alex Smith at quarterback. And the handoff to Allen. Gaining a first down, breaking through, and then some. Gain of 14, and Westwood will call a timeout. Boy, every time you think they're going to let time wind down and go into the locker room, they say, no, sir. I thought they were calling a timeout. Nope, they were stopping the clock to move the chains. Another run to Allen. That's been their best offense of the night. He breaks free. He's past the 30. Ankle tackle at the 22-yard line. Stop the clock to move the chains again. 37 seconds left.
And you can't let this keep happening if you're a defense. I mean, two big explosive runs back to back before the half.
And don't forget, that came on the heels of a 36-yard catch and excessive or late hit. That one way over top of the intended target. 27 seconds left. I don't know why you run anything else other than Wade Allen.
I mean, he's been making it his field today. I mean,
and if you're Stony Point, I mean, I don't know why you don't have anyone. You don't have 9 guys in the box, honestly.
Yep.
Keep one-on-one to the side and bring your safeties up.
I think that would be the best option right there. You know that this is a running back that you need to fill that box in. You know you don't got to worry too much about the pass game.
I mean, and both quarterbacks, Waits has passed for about 1,000 yards and about 60% completion. This is tipped ball that is incomplete. Cooper Waits is about 60% completion percentage, 155 yards per game, and 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So not a bad quarterback by any standard. It's just the wind playing havoc on he and Troyer. So I'd say this is kind of like almost an elements game where you just kind of throw your playbook out of the window and say, I'm just going to run the ball.
There you go. I mean, what works best for you? We know it's the run game.
A lot of bodies up front from Stony Point, and they're able to break it. Allen goes through and into the end zone. Touchdown. Westwood Warriors.
And like we just said, why not keep running it? I guess they told us, well, okay, here you go. And for a touchdown for this young lad. And I mean, he's been breaking tackles, showing a little bit of speed. Doubted him at first and said that he's more on the slow side. No, he's not.
He's just going to break through the arm tackles, too. He's finding the holes there. I was going to say, the Stony Point had bodies, as the extra point is up and good. Stony Point had bodies in the box that last play and just could not stop him. He's able to find the hole and explode forward for his second touchdown and Westwood's second touchdown. And they get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Yep. If you're this defense coach, you tell them that they need to wrap up. It's wrap, squeeze, and drop. I mean, I'd rather let him drag you a couple of yards than break the tackles and get a touchdown.
And he almost broke one earlier, but the ankle tackle saved him at about the 22-yard line. Otherwise, he was going to be gone there. So something's got to change. Some pressure's got to be applied up front. That defensive line, those linebackers got to stop them at least the second level.
There you go. And I mean, especially when you're so close to going into halftime, you just can't have that all the time.
14-7 after the stalemate since midway through the first quarter. This one going to be fair caught at the 29-yard line. Again, 17 seconds left before we go into halftime. Tigers with 2 timeouts. Keep it right here. We will check on scores during halftime, and we will let the bands perform as well as the dance teams on senior night here as Westwood at Dragon Stadium, as Westwood is the home team. And they have 4 safeties back at the 50-yard line looking to prevent defense. Troyer rolling out right. Hit as he's thrown, and that one incomplete. Intended for Boyd. Took 4 seconds off, so 2nd and 10 with 13 seconds left. Again, Allen, by my measure, that first drive was all him at 55 yards. The next drive didn't end up in a touchdown. I gotta say, give him about 30 yards there, and I think he probably had 30 to 50 yards on that last drive. Just a couple passes and a penalty. aided the Warriors in taking the lead into halftime, 14-7. Tigers with some things to work out as we go into halftime here at Dragon Stadium. 14-7 our score. Tyler Alsis and Jacoby Catter with you. We will step aside for halftime and catch you after the break.
Chocolate Factory. First suite in E flat for Military Band by Gustav Holst. English folk song suite by Ralph Vaughan Williams. And Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. administration of Stony Point High School for their leadership. The Tiger Band would also like to thank Mr. Alfred Ramos, Band Booster President, and the Tiger Band Boosters for their support. The Tiger Band would also like to acknowledge this year's sponsors: Central Texas Massage and Body Works, Santiago's Tex-Mex and Cantina, Alejandro de la Torre with State Farm Insurance, and Donald Lee with Texas Touch Photography. Lazy. Wish the Tiger Band the best of luck tomorrow as they compete at the UIL Area Marching Contest at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, performing at 10:30. The Tiger Band would also like to wish the Westwood Warrior Band the best of luck tomorrow at UIL Area Marching Contest. And now, introducing the award-winning 2025-2026 Westwood High School Sundancers. The Sundancer line officers are Junior Lieutenant Shelley Fox, Junior Lieutenant Elizabeth Brooke, Senior Lieutenant Lexi Laughlin, and the Sundancer Major Elliot Richards. The Sundancer Social Board is Amy Hill, Andrew Ron, Suhani Shreddy, and President Caroline Johnson. The Sunshine Award goes to Leanna Jones. The Sundance of the Week is Lena Sod. And now presenting the Westwood Sundancers. we continue tonight's halftime entertainment as we welcome to the field the Westwood High School Warriors. The Warrior Band will be performing all of their 2025 competition show entitled Red. We dedicate this performance to our senior class of 2026. Thank you, seniors, for your dedication and leadership in this program. And now, please enjoy the Warrior Band's performance of Red.
Back here at Dragon Stadium. Congratulations to both of these band programs on a fantastic season thus far, and they will kick it off with the area championships tomorrow. Hopefully all goes smoothly there. Gotta say shout out to the parents that were taking the trees back for Westwood. Saw a couple of them about to be taken back and almost acting like sales there, so always nice to see the parents involved in the marching band activities. My dad was one of those that was part of the roadie crew, they called them, so they had their own shirts. It was pretty much just a reason for dads to get together in each other's garage and build props together on a Friday or Saturday night. With the football game, though, 14-7 is our score. Westwood leading here. Elsewhere in district play, we've got a good one between Vandegrift and Hutto. Vandegrift leading 37-34. That game in the fourth quarter. They started an hour earlier due to the weather. Vista Ridge and Manor also taking part in a game tonight. 44-10 score there. Vista Ridge ahead there. McNeil and Cedar Ridge are tied at 10 at halftime, and Round Rock High School with the bye. So Stony Point, after this game, they've got a rested Round Rock team, so not an easy task there. So it'll be a tough last two games for the Tigers. And again, just an update on the forecast. Again, the winds have not died down. They took the flags away on the near side as they were kind of being stretched to their limits, but the flags, the American flag and the Texas state flag down by the track, has been really taut all night long. Storm's expected around 10:15, so hopefully we are wrapped up and it stays about 10 miles away or so before the end of this game. Again, the baseball stadium's right behind us, and they have I've been here as well during a lightning delay, as well as this one's going to be booted well out of the back of the end zone. I've been here for a lightning delay as well for baseball, and I know the lightning detectors are actually on the right corner of this stadium, so we should be able to hear them when they go off, and I'm sure our mic outside will be able to pick them up. So we'll keep you informed if there are any delays. But if you're Westwood, I think you like where you're at right now. 14-7 after the late score in the second quarter, with Wade Allen really eclipsing his season mark of 132 in that first half. We don't have official stats, but I can say I'd bet more money than not that he is past 130 yards. His first run on the ground here is taken out of bounds, gain of about 9. And Jacoby, we were talking after the second quarter about just keep running the ball. Honestly, nothing else has really worked for either side. Is just running the ball. We're not saying that because we want the clock to keep running, but I mean it's working for both sides. Really, is right up the middle, right on cue, first down and more.
Yeah, like you said, just run the ball. It works well. You know, when it's windy out, it messes up your quarterback. It can mess up the best of the best quarterback. So you definitely want to keep going with what works. But if you're a defense, I mean, you got to understand what's going to be. They're going to run the ball down your throat. So you got to definitely, pick up there, make your assignments, get off some blocks, and just play football. Don't be scared to tackle them.
First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Handoff here up the middle before he's pushed back. Nice stop there from the defensive front. 11 minutes to go, and the ball's at the 45-yard line.
And like we said, that's what you got to see. I mean, you can't be scared of contact because I guarantee you 100% he's not afraid of contact. He'll run right through you. So just got to play disciplined football and disciplined tackling. Practice this drill every single day.
Seven-man front. Cooper waits. Will fire outside. Short receiver catch. The yards after catch gets him past the 40. To Weston Franz. By far the longest pass play for the Warriors. Waits had trouble going in this direction, was 0 for 4 in that first half, and Allen now trying to bounce it outside with the speed. Nice uppercut tackle from Joaquin Pena. Gets him around the ankles and flips him upwards.
Saw something new there. I mean, not used to him running on the outside too much unless he's cutting back.
Yeah, I don't think you were too far off in saying he's not the quickest running back by far, but I mean, he does not shy away from contact straight up the middle, and boy, when he sees a sliver of daylight, he hits it, and he just does not. There's no stop as he breaks through tackles and is into the red zone, or trying to go for the strip. Instead, he just spins out of that one. There is no slowdown when contact is imminent.
And something I noticed is that all of their running backs are like this. I mean, got the backup running back in, number 3. He's a hard-hitting running back, too. We had the earlier running back in. And then obviously Allen, your star maker.
That is number 3, Maps Mayhes, the sophomore. Going to take this one and go straight up the middle. Gains a couple. 2nd and 7. Approaching the 3-minute mark for this drive. And I think that bubble screen kind of puts a wrinkle into what we were thinking at halftime of maybe forcing one-on-one coverage on either side, as Allen up the middle and is down inside the 10. What we were saying is just have one-on-one coverage on the outside and take the risk, but after that bubble screen, I don't know if even that's in the cards now. You break one tackle and you're off to the races.
There you go, and like you said, you know, they just gotta play discipline. They gotta tackle, they gotta wrap up, and most importantly, they gotta get to these gaps a little faster. I mean, him being patient is what's killing them. Linemen up front doing their job, and when you have that combination right there, this is what you get. So,
injury timeout for a Tiger. That is Jeremiah Barbie. Now, someone you want to see gingerly walking over to the sideline. We've seen Tristan Rhymes run routes sporadically tonight, but not really his 100-yard per game self that he's been throughout this season. We've seen Marcus Milligan sparingly. Aiden Lloyden is back from injury, so just a rough season for this Tiger team when it comes to health. Drew Norell in there on the Wildcats, going to fake the handoff and go up the middle, in for the touchdown. And the Warriors will go back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back drives. End in the first half, start in the second half. Up 20-7. Extra point again into the wind is up and good. 21-7, 8:17 left to go in the third quarter. Warriors strike first in the second half. We'll be back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Well, we got a moment. I want to thank our sponsors. We've been hearing the MVP and Diamond sponsors throughout the game so far. I want to thank our gold sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and Veribank. As we're having some issues keeping the ball on the team. Surprised we haven't had more of that with the wind as blustery as it is. Little pooch kick taken at the 28-yard line by Sean Bradley. That's the backup running back, and this one's going to come back. A hold on the return. As it stands, the return is past the 40-yard line. Also want to thank our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Kebabchi Grill, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thank you to our blue level sponsors as well. Thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting Stony Point Tiger football. Brought to you by Vype Live. Tyler also is here with you alongside Jacoby Cavett. We've had a rough start to this one. It's been kind of back and forth in that first quarter. Then Westwood added one before the half and now added a second one right after that. And we were saying 7 points felt like a lot. 14 points, that one almost feels unreachable with the way the offense has been running tonight, but we'll see. Kenneth Calbus kind of gave them a spark last week against Hutto. We'll see if they have another spark in them in the second half. This is Lloyden off the edge. Picks up about 4 on the run.
And we know that this team is they're known for their second half comebacks, or coming out with a little more fire. So we'll see if they can do that, like you said. But they got to play now, and their defense has to wake up.
Back to pass. Troyer fires across his body. Down the middle is James. This one ripped from him and taken as a fumble. And they're going to say incomplete pass. Well, I got to say, that was about the same level or same amount of time as that one they called on James, a fumble in the first half. And this one, again, came down with it. Warriors defense pointing it's their ball. They're the ones closest to the referee conversations. Again, the time that James had the ball was about equal for both of them. This one is called an incomplete pass. That one in the first half was called a fumble, recovered by Stony Point. That led to their 7 points. This one called incomplete, 3rd and 6. Troyer. That one catch is made and first down. Oh, pass is incomplete. I guess I didn't see the ball. go out of the hands of the receiver. That was third down. This is 4th and 6.
Yeah, it looked like he had the ball. And
referee on the far side must have seen it as his back was turned to us. Maybe he trapped it against the ground. Now punting with the wind is Aurora. We'll see if they can. Oh boy, this one's right at his feet. And just has to fall on it. Either way, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Westwood getting a huge break there, and the wheels are starting to become a little rickety. I wouldn't say they've fallen off yet, but it has gone from bad to worse for this Stony Point team.
yeah, it's looking a little scary. We know how teams can be when momentum shifts on their side, and you just get a present like this right here.
And if you're the defense for Stony Point, got to bow up here. Bend, don't break. Again, you don't have the best field goal conditions if you're Westwood, so field goals, even from this distance, are not a given. First and 10, you're starting inside the red zone. Allen trying the right side, lowers his shoulder, and is falling forward for a gain of about 7. As Maps Mias and a Tiger player down. We will step aside. 6:55 to go here in the third quarter.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, and thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown, but did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church function.
Incomplete pass after the injury. That was Joaquin Pena walking gingerly to the sideline. 3rd down and 2 after the incomplete pass after this drive started at the 20. And Westwood doesn't have a whole lot to show for it right now. Again, from the right hash, that wind is essentially straight right to left. Allen going up the middle. It's going to be close to the first down. I think they're going to mark him short. They are 4th and inches here, and offense is going to stay out on the field.
You can guess who's going to get the ball here. I mean,
yeah, I think everybody in the stands knows who's going to get it.
moving, yup.
But before that timeout, Westwood, 6:13 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside for another commercial break here on Vype.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
.6:13 to go in the third quarter. 4th and short. Westwood offense still on the field. Again, Wade Allen in the pistol behind Drew Norella, who takes it himself and picks up the first down. That was the same play they ran to go for the touchdown. So we were both wrong on who's going to get the ball, but essentially the same result as what past runs have shown. I don't know if Westwood has had a negative run in this entire game. They've been held to a gain of a couple yards, maybe one or two from a time or two, but not many negative or no gain plays for this Westwood run game. Waits gonna hand it off this time.
Good run by number 3, Max Mia.
This is Mia.
By number 13, Reed Hoyle. Gain of 5. It'll be second and goal from the 4-yard line.
Second goal clock is running at 5:20 left in this third quarter. Waits with Allen in the backfield and goes in untouched. For what I believe is his third touchdown of the night. 3 for him, 1 for Norell. And the Warriors tack on another after the botched punt. 27-7. Point after is up and good. 28-7 Warriors with 21 unanswered points. We'll step aside here. Come back for the Stony Point offensive drive here at Dragon Stadium. Stay tuned.
Hey, Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or hewlettvw.com.
Real estate, residential, commercial, farm and ranch, and has helped hundreds of families buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious, proud sponsor of Warrior football.
Final score for that Vandergrift and Hutto game. Vandergrift, the victors there, 44-34. That one was for top of the district. Is this one a little onside kick? That one's touched by Stony Point. Makes its way even further back, and it's going to be recovered by Stony Point. Boy, some hearts in mouths there on the far sideline.
Ball started at the 41-yard line. It'll be first and 10, Tigers.
Already up 3 scores and not satisfied is Westwood.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the OK, but like you said, relief. You can get a little relief right there that Stony Point got the ball, and they just got to score. They have to score here, and I mean, can't back down.
Here is Lloyden. This is going to be a hold. Gain of 5. McNeil on top of Cedar Ridge, 35-28. McNeil and Vandergrift both came in 4-1 on the evening. Hutto was undefeated in district play, now no longer undefeated. Vandergrift taking over the top spot as it stands. Again, their game started an hour earlier. Lloyden goes nowhere. First and 15 after the penalty. Now make it second and 13 or so. Now if McNeil wins tonight against Cedar Ridge, they are up by 7 in the third quarter. They will actually overtake Vandergrift as they have the tiebreaker over them with a 17-14 win earlier in the season, and they take on Maynard next and finish off against Hutto. That could be for district championship, Hutto and McNeil, as that run goes for nothing. Milligan with a rare carry tonight, and he will head to the sideline. Third and 12 here, inside 4 minutes to go for the Stony Point offense. Haven't had much in the passing game, and the run game hasn't really been there. Hasn't really been sustained, I guess. It was there for a bit in the first half. It just hasn't sustained to the second half here as a timeout by Stony Point with 3:24 left and time winding down on the play clock. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back to Dragon Stadium after this.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
So, Jacoby, you mentioned how Westwood was pretty one-dimensional in that first half, and I mentioned how that one dimension was still pretty good. They've maintained that I guess superiority on the ground, and Stony Point has been the more one-dimensional team in the second half, and they have not been able to match that level of output. Troyer, now making me eat my words, is going up top to Aurora, just out of the reach. Boy, just a yard or so out of the reach of Aurora, which would have put him in prime position.
And yeah, like we were saying, I mean, the Stony Point team they pass really good. You know, their running game, it's not the best, but it gets really good when they can pass the ball. And then can't get the passing game going. It's just so tough for this team.
And I think we've got blood on one of the officials on his arm, so need to get taped up by the Westwood training staff. 3:17 to go here, and the punt team is out. Aurora Day back at his own 25. We'll see if we can get a clean snap here. He did have one that was down at the 4-yard line in the second quarter. We'll see if they can try that again. This one high in the air and carries. Taken at the 18-yard line, breaking away from tackles, now cutting upfield past the 35, past the 40, past the 50, past the 40, past the 30. This one's going to come back, though. A couple flags, a trio of flags, as that one, I believe, a blindside block. They're going to get at around the 35, 40-yard line. Oliver James is shaken up, took a shot, and I didn't see who, but a Westwood defender came back and just kind of lit up a Stony Point player, and that must have been James, who was walking away to the sideline. Again, trying to make the game safer. There are 3 flags down the same vicinity. And now we're having a conference at the middle, so this might be more than one penalty.
Saw the ref throw his hat, so.
Oh, that's right.
A couple of players got into it over there. Saw some player hit someone's face, gave a little push at someone's face mask.
So the ball is down at the 20-yard line, so it's a return of about 55 yards. So we've got holding against Stony Point, a personal foul, or rather, okay, so personal fouls on both teams and holding on Westwood as well. And Westwood's personal foul was after the play, if I'm reading the hand signals right. So I believe it should be 1st and 10, Westwood from the Stony Point 35. But we'll have a meeting about that as well. I guess as there's offsetting penalties. Yeah, you're right. The hat was thrown down about where the play ended up at. Coach Cheshire just getting a chat from the officials on the far side. Coach Ward looking for someone to talk to on the near side for the Warriors. And I can hear the conversation next door about the spot of the ball and who has it. And look at that. I got it right.
Yeah.
I won't say I know more than the officials. I won't say that I even want to be an official in high school football, but, broken clock is right twice a day. So
there you go.
I'll give myself credit there.
Get a pat on the back.
3 minutes to go in this third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 35. Allen up the middle. Good tackle there in the middle. Gotta say, I think that might be one of the first tackles that has been made by the defensive line. As you were saying earlier, Jacoby, just having trouble disengaging from blocks, and boy, he's just kind of skipping forward. He's not doing anything special, just kind of like he's jogging through a crowded mall. It's really nothing special there. He's just going up the middle and keeping those legs churning.
There you go. And I was just about to say, before this play, when your D-line can get a hold of him, he goes down pretty quick. The problem is you got these big tamales up front whose blocking assignments are on par today.
Yeah, I mean, they have, now we're trying the outside. Allen with the stiff arm, breaking through tackles and picks up 12. My goodness.
His frame might be small, but boy, he's a grown man. I want to see what he does in the weight room.
Yeah, he has got a lot of power in that small frame. Now we got a flag on the near side here. We might get a holding. And, of course, we'll get a conversation. Westwood offense walking backwards. So we got a face mask penalty. Now the flag was thrown on the near side and Allen was going to the far side. So I'm not sure how they spotted that. I didn't see anything. It might have been during the 5-yard stiff arm that they had. By the way, 1st and goal from the 6. Running in that Wildcat formation with Norrell. And he's going to take it himself. Nowhere to go before finding a little bit of daylight. Kind of fell forward to the 2-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him at the 3. Mentioned earlier that Joaquin Pena walk to the sideline gingerly. We do see him now back in the game on the near side, so good news there for Tiger fans. Play clock at 10. Westwood still looking to get set up. And they're going to call timeout here. 55 seconds left to go in the 3rd. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Westwood looking to add on more. We'll step aside.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
.53 seconds left. 2nd and 3 for the Warriors. And the handoff up the middle. Allen, is he in? He is. Touchdown number 4 for Wade Allen.
Just running his man over. I mean, that's the story of the game. Power running back. That's if you like watching old school football where the running backs get the ball and they're not doing no fancy dances. This is your man right here.
Yeah, he's not going, sideline to sideline. He's going end zone to end zone when he gets the ball.
Yep, just a north and south runner. I mean, he's proved his dominance today.
And point after, I believe, was no good, but they will get offsides. And we will re-kick. The good news, though, is the rain that looks like has stayed to the north of us for now, maybe until midnight or so. So, again, we were talking, this is a pretty long third quarter. As this one up and good for 35-7. This is a long third quarter, but doesn't look like the rain will be reaching us anytime soon. 35-7 here, 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll be back to Dragon Stadium here on Vype.
Good evening, Stony Point Tiger fans. Chip here for my friends at Hewlett Volkswagen. By now, you know the great deals on new Volkswagens at Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. But did you know they also stock hundreds of pre-owned vehicles as well? Hundreds. If you find yourself with that first-time driver in your home and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, Hewlett Volkswagen wants to be your hometown dealer. Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown is a proud sponsor of Stony Point Tiger football. Come see us at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or visit hewlettvw.com.
"28 unanswered points for Westwood. Going back to the end of the second quarter. This one taken by Bradley, who's done well in the return game and gets off a nice run here. Stiff arms a man down, but is pulled down to the 42-yard line. And this was 14-7 going into half. And it's been 21 points in this third quarter alone.
Yep, and it stems from the run defense. I mean, no answer to stop really any of these backs, if I'm really being honest. And it's just so tough to stop a man when your D-line or when your O-line keeps, their blocks in for, like you said, 2 to 3 yards.
And you're giving them gifts, too, of the special teams snafus of the bobbled snap. And Lloyden taken down for a loss of about 6.
And it's the hardest part of the game for the, Stony Point Tigers when you're already losing and stuff like that, about to go in fourth quarter. That's when your, team don't really want to play. They don't want to be out here. They just want to get the game over with, which is always, just tough.
Yeah, how as a coach do you keep them engaged? As we're going to wind down the clock here in the third quarter. Head to the final 12 minutes at Dragon Stadium. Warriors leading this one 35-7. We'll get you some scores after this quarter break here on Vype.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Final 12 minutes in this one, 35-7 is our score. Tigers have not scored since the first quarter. It has been all Warriors since then. One score that we want to mention is McNeil and Cedar Ridge. Again, if McNeil wins, they will take over first place in the district, ahead of Cedar Ridge 35-28 in the fourth quarter. Kenneth Calbus in now. He's going to take this one up the middle, spins, and gains a couple before being pushed forward by Lloyden. And we've got a Tiger player down, so that will stop play with 11:51 here in the fourth. Another score we want to mention, Vista Ridge still with a 44-10 lead against Manor. Again, we mentioned the matchup between Hutto and Vandergrift. That was Hutto's first loss, 44-34. First loss in district play. So Vandergrift, Hutto, and McNeil all with one loss. McNeil's game still in progress.
We've seen how good those 3 schools that you just mentioned are. Really good players.
Yeah, and McNeil and Hutto will play at the season finale in a couple weeks' time. Lloyden spinning and rolling around. It has been a tough go of things. He had a promising first half and on the ground and in the passing game, and it's going to be 4th and 12.
And like we said, just unmotivated when you're just ready to go home, want to get back on the buses. And like you said, how does a coach, motivate his players? You start with the seniors, just their last ride, not their last game, but their last ride. So
Aurora Day with a high punt that kind of hangs in the air at the 30-yard line, will bounce at the 32 and take a Stony Point bounce for the 18-yard line. I mean, we were both seniors in high school sports at one point. I played basketball in high school, not football, but it's kind of that same time. I mean, you want to play for the seniors that maybe are get the curtain call at the end, and you kind of want to go out on top, and you want to make a kind of a positive outlook for fans, for parents into the next season. Kind of show what you're made of. If you're an underclassman, you're getting your first couple snaps of play time. And it's kind of tough when you can look at the scoreboard, 35-7, nothing's gone right here in the second half. It's a tough environment to walk into.
Yep, and like you said, both been seniors and played sports. It's just always tough for a team like this to stay motivated as we see another.
Yeah, another run to the outside. Allen is not in the game.
There you go.
Now he is. I was going to say, he's got 4 touchdowns. I don't blame him if they'd like to sit him. Coach Ward.
Yeah, they want to keep stat padding him, I guess.
Probably looking forward to getting out of here with a win and a healthy team as well. About 10 minutes to go here, and here's Smith, handoff to Allen. Lowering the shoulder will pick up the first down by about 1.5 yards. Tackle by Osborne. Stops the clock momentarily to move the chains. There's a snap. Allen going outside, now back inside. Ball is popped loose. There were a couple of Tigers in the area. We'll see who has it. It is Stony Point football.
It is recovered by the Stony Point Tigers.
Boy, what a hit on Allen. Right on the football, popped it up. And stayed in bounds and recovered by the Tigers.
And that was a sound hit right there. I mean, you can't get no better than this. I mean, we talk about motivation or playing for your seniors. There you go. Good field, good field. Go put something on the board.
Yeah, and last week wasn't, necessarily a positive start. It was 49 or 35-7 at half and finished 49-29. So outscored them 22-14 in the second half, and a lot of that was due to Calbus through the air. Here is Lloyden, who cuts it upfield and picks up about 5. Again, a lot of that was Calbus and kind of the backup squad. And Calbus getting 3 touchdowns and was a perfect 11 for 11 for 134 yards. So, again, just a kind of a fresh set of faces and fresh set of legs, perhaps, could maybe turn the tide, kind of get some momentum going.
And I know it's windy, but I feel like you should pass it a little more than what they did as he's about to.
And now he's rolling out to the left. Troyer Goes against his body and just a little bit low of Aurora Day. Again, it's been tough sledding, but this is a solid passing team. Again, aside from, or prior to last week, this was an offense that put up at least 300 yards passing in 4 straight games, I believe. At least three, if not 4 straight games. So just a passing attack that has been quieted these last 2 games.
And like you said, that's the problem. You don't want it to be quiet, especially in a game like this when both teams have so much to prove here tonight.
Troyer now fires a swing pass out to Lloyden, who cuts out, now cuts back upfield and is pushed out of bounds for a gain of about 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Boy, can this band play.
I was going to say, both of the bands sounded, I mean, we've been listening to Stony Point's band as Troyer. Now pumps, rolls out. Hit as he's trying to throw. The ball is out. And that's going to be a turnover back to Westwood.
It took just a little too long. I mean, he was trying to redirect his receiver instead of just putting it on the spot, and
put it in the air somewhere, and just winding back. His arm never came forward. That ball was just a sit and duck there. As you were saying, though, I mean, both these bands performing tomorrow at the UIL Area Championships, both of them did a fantastic job. We've been listening to Stony Point's band and their show throughout the season. It's kind of nice to see them progress throughout and adding different props, different choreography along the way. And now tomorrow's the final culmination.
And you gotta love the band. I mean, they just make football games so much more. They bring that oomph to it, like we said when we first started the season. I mean, every band that we listen to just, been very good. So props out to the band.
Absolutely. And I won't say what school, but it was a big blowout that I was covering. And the school that was getting blown out, I will say they won the band battle. And I went down to the band teacher and thanked her for, it was more than your standard, I guess, pep band songs that they were playing, or more than their marching band set that they were playing. So it was a nice little showcase. I haven't really heard many songs like they were playing, and it was kind of a mixture between kind of oldies and pop rock. So it was a solid playlist from them, and they were really good. And made the time go by really fast, and Westwood getting another first down there on the swing pass.
See, the player's going to look excited. I mean,
I think we got some backups in there. Smith in at quarterback, and trying to see who. It's Weston Franz there on the near side. At wide out, that one, another bad snap to Smith. He was able to shake free. And I believe was out of bounds. He threw the ball forward, but I want to say he was out of bounds. He was pushed out of bounds, loss of about 8.
Man, he could just not. They just can't get good snaps with this quarterback in. I mean, with the running backs, I mean, if I was the coach, I would, go ahead and.
Oh boy, and they called intentional grounding there.
It is flag.
And now we've got a flag thrown in the midst of all the players. I think this might be unsportsmanlike conduct. Referee was in the area of the Stony Point defensive line. So it might be a loss of down and a loss of 15 yards, then add 15 yards back. Again, if you're a fan of referee math, you are in for a treat this second half. We have been here for a 45-minute third quarter and already a 20-minute or so fourth quarter. And again, try to figure out, does it go before? Do we add on the loss of down? Do we add on the yards afterwards? I see some frustrations from the players as well.
Yeah, and it's just so tough because when you're on that field, you know, it's always going to be a lot of back and forth and people talking trash. But when you're losing, man, that's when you don't want to hear, you know, you don't want to hear nothing when you're losing. You don't want to be disciplined. You want to get out of there. And as we saw now, how bad it can hurt you.
Yeah, you definitely want to get out of there. I mean, it's no fun to lose. No one likes to lose. No one likes to have the loss extended out by anybody, by the weather delay. Told you the one weather delay I had, it was a 7-run game too. So that kind of made it a little less enjoyable to stay there for a final. I think it was like 3 or 6 outs. It was in the 8th or 9th inning, and yeah, it was a 7-run game. Then I sat through a 2.5-hour weather delay at Burger Field, but it was during the playoffs, and we had to finish it out, and see it out.
No matter what, like you said, yep. No matter what.
Six minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. We've been milking the clock. I think Westwood has had the ball since at least the 10-minute mark. And another flag. The umpire is getting an earful from Stony Point, and Stony Point defense is waving their hands up in the air. I don't know what they're saying, but they're going to go get an earful from Coach.
And yep, Coach got to set them right. Tell them, look, I know we're losing, but when we're in front of people, in front of a crowd, you stay disciplined. You don't do that. Just go ahead and get them right, Coach. We know it sucks, but
so is that unsportsmanlike conduct on Westwood? So I mean, I don't know. The Westwood.
They all been talking. It's been going both ways. I mean.
Yeah, and Stony Point's defense did all go back and get a talk from Coach, but I mean, you made a good point. Just you can always, I mean, you're never going to win every single game, but you can always win the sportsmanship battle. You can always win the mental discipline, whether that's just false starts and offsides to the after the whistle penalties, like unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conducts. Those are always things that can be controlled. Things that you can control aren't really too common in sports, but those are some of the few things you can control. As Allen goes forward for about 10.
Man, I'm surprised they still have their starters in. I mean, stat pad, I know, but man, you want to give him a break too.
I'm curious. He's gotten a couple breaks with the penalty calls.
Yeah,
kind of breaks up the game. We've had. Gosh, I'm curious to see the stats after this game. I gotta say north of 200 yards. I don't think it's out of the question. 200 yards and maybe 4 touchdowns. So we've got 5 seconds left, so we'll probably get a timeout from Westwood. Nope, we'll go delay a game. Choose to save that last timeout. And again, I think I have identified why the clock is the way it is. We have not had definitive stopping the clock or running the clock signals. I have noticed a few times in this fourth and even a little bit in the third quarter that the clock has been stopped when it should be started, and that's not necessarily on the play caller. That is on the officials. Well, just as I say that, they gave the winding motion, and now the clock is not started. Again, it is just a cluster, if you will. You can fill in the blank. 3rd and 16 inside 5 minutes to go. We've got the play clock at 40, so I can assume we are going to wind that down. And now the play clock has stopped, but we get the snap anyway. Again, this is, and Allen is just going to go down. Again, I haven't noticed anything with the clock in that first half. I mean, nothing that was too noticeable. I will say the times that I've looked at the clock and noted the officials, there has not really been a stop and start motion from the officials. And I mean, if you're a scorekeeper, if you're the clock operator, you don't start the clock unless you're told to.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, 4th and 15. This one going to be fair caught by James down to the 20-yard line. 3:34. Westwood has 2 timeouts. And we do have Kenneth Calbus in there along with Abercrumbia. Freeman goes in motion. Here is Abercrumbia. Cuts outside and is taken down after a gain of 6. James just shaken up there. He's going to have to go to the sideline for a play or two. Calbus will stay in. Clock is under 3 minutes now. And a false start. Abercrumbia will get chopped down after a gain of 3. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. It's 2:20 and there's 24 seconds left on the play clock. They don't have to run another play, but they might run one more, it looks like. They were calling it in. They've got 10 seconds. 3rd and 2. And never mind. We will go to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 28-yard line. We'll step aside for a final timeout.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Third and 2, Stony Point looking to extend this drive. Kenneth Calbus with trips to the near side, Abercrombie to his left. Bradley goes in motion. He takes a jet sweep. He's got a good bit of space out there. Breaks a tackle, and he's past the 40. Sean Bradley's been a bright spot in the return game and now getting some touches on offense.
Boy, like you said, this is a time where you just figure out who's going to be your playmakers. You still have one more game, but you got, the last game, you want to do it for your seniors. You want to have your seniors in, but you got to find your next year playmakers.
Calbus handing off to Abercrombie, one of those future playmakers, gains about 9 there.
And boy, do they play so hard. I mean, when you know you have another year left, or when you know that you're up next, it just makes you play harder. And boy, I just love to see it, the hustle, no matter what.
And we'll get into a little bit more next week as the conclusion of the regular season for Stony Point will happen against a Round Rock team who is coming off of a bye. That game will be at Kelly Reeves at 7 p.m. on Halloween. Abercrombie again gets the first down before he stood up. Westwood will take on Vandergrift on Halloween at 7 o'clock and then face Vista Ridge the week after that. Again, Stony Point has a bye week the last week of the regular season, so their last regular season game will be next week. We will be there as well. Abercrombie, a junior in that kind of stacked running back room. Gain of a couple there. Marcus Milligan, a junior as well. Aiden Lloyden, just a sophomore. All will be back. We'll, again, list seniors out. Give them their props next week. But that'll do it here from Dragon Stadium. 35-7 our score. Warriors victorious in this one. Tyler Alsis and Jacoby Cabot with you on this Friday night edition of Texas High School Football here on Vype. Again, we'll see you next week for the season finale between Stony Point Tigers and the Round Rock Dragons at Kelly Reeves. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Ally Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Ally Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Ally Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Ally Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Ally Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Ally Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
You've been watching Stony Point Tigers football on the Vype Live Network, presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacey Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and Verabank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.